We find a way, baby. Fever down. Bow, bow, bow.
The Indiana Fever just pulled off the unthinkable without Caitlin Clark on the court, up against a Dallas Wings squad desperate to bounce back from a tough loss to the Sparks the night before. Everything suggested disaster. A crowd of 20,049 had shown up to witness Clark's first WNBA clash with Paige Bueckers, but instead, they got something even more unforgettable. What unfolded in those final minutes completely redefined this Fever team. And when Aliyah Boston spoke after the game, her 6 powerful words captured exactly why this win meant everything. If you're riding with the Fever, drop "I've got the Fever" in the comments. Let's go.
Yeah, I think for us, it's about knowing that basketball is a game of runs. And they made their run that third quarter. And honestly, just continue to stay composed and take it each possession at a time is something that we've been working on. And so for us, that was our focus, is get a stop, go down and score, get another stop, and we try to get a kill.
Picture this, a massive buildup that had the entire WNBA world buzzing. Clark versus Bueckers, the #1 pick from 2024 going head-to-head with the top pick of 2025. This wasn't just another regular season matchup. It was the clash fans had been waiting for since draft night. The Dallas Wings knew the magnitude of this moment, so they made a bold move, shifting the game from their regular home at College Park Center to the massive American Airlines Center where the Mavericks play. Just think about that. You don't relocate a game to a 20,000 seat arena unless you're expecting something monumental. Tickets started flying. Social media exploded. The anticipation was unreal. This was going to be the showdown that shattered attendance records and proved just how far women's basketball has come.
Finding out this morning that we probably need to hold out again today. It really is a day-to-day thing. And I think for us, making sure that we're prioritizing her long-term health and wellness. It's anybody who's had some of these types of injuries understand that sometimes it's a process. She's a quick healer, and she's been doing everything that she can to get back on the floor. So, we just want to make sure that we're hypersensitive to the big picture.
Then, boom. Just 2 nights before tip-off, Caitlin Clark's groin injury flares up. Suddenly, the most hyped matchup of the season turns into a massive question mark. Thousands of fans had bought tickets with one goal in mind, to witness Clark and Bueckers go head-to-head for the first time. And now, the biggest star of the night might not even touch the court.
I feel a disappointment for them more than anything because, you want them to see her at her best and us at our best. I hate that for fans, but at the same time, again, for us as a team, and for Caitlin as a person and player, her health and wellness is the priority.
But here's what made the situation even more intense. The Fever had just been completely dismantled by the Los Angeles Sparks the night before. It wasn't just a loss, it was a team that looked utterly lost without their star orchestrating the offense. The pace dragged, the ball movement was non-existent, Aliyah Boston was barely involved. Everything that usually makes Indiana a threat fell apart the moment Caitlin Clark wasn't on the floor.
I think the biggest thing for us is our attention to detail in our screening. We've got to be great screeners. We got to make sure we slow down and use our screen and our spacing. We've had some games where our spacing has been poor, and that has not allowed Kelsey to get downhill, and it hasn't allowed space for Aliyah to get going either. So I think that the 2 most important things for us right now offensively is attention to detail and screening and spacing.
Dallas was absolutely licking their chops. They knew exactly what tends to happen when the Fever take the floor without Clark. The offense slows down, becomes predictable, Boston gets ignored, and the whole system starts to crumble. On paper, this looked like the perfect chance for the Wings to make a bold statement against a wounded, struggling opponent. But here's what nobody saw coming. Even with Clark not confirmed to play, 20,049 fans still packed the arena. That's right, they set a new Texas women's basketball attendance record without even knowing if the main attraction would suit up. Just think about what that says. not only about the power of this budding rivalry, but also about how far women's basketball has truly come.
We'll start Ari today. We'll start her and bring Sid off the bench a little bit. You know, I don't want to take Kelsey out of what she naturally does instinctually on the wing and overload her from a point guard perspective. So with having Ari and having Sid, they'll give us a couple different looks right there.
Wings came into this game thinking they had a wounded animal backed into a corner. But then, Coach Stephanie White stunned everyone. She started Ari McDonald for the first time, shaking up the lineup and flipping the script entirely. No one knew what to expect from this new setup, and what followed revealed something deep within this Fever squad, something even their biggest supporters hadn't seen yet. The stage was set for either a collapse or a miracle. Then the opening quarter hits, and the Fever don't just hang in there without Clark. They explode. Ari McDonald comes in with a spark that shocks everyone. She's pushing the tempo like her life depends on it.
Charles can't finish.
Gotta finish that.
Oh, beautiful pass. McDonald counted in one.
Run.
Dipping down the court, dishing perfect passes, setting up plays like a seasoned general. Suddenly, the Wings' plan to just contain Kelsey Mitchell falls apart. They didn't prepare for this. McDonald's aggressive drives are wrecking their defensive schemes, opening up lanes that haven't been there all season. She's turning what looked like a crisis into a statement, and Dallas has no idea how to respond.
Can't finish.
It's a big, you gotta lean in. You can't be falling away.
McDonald has been outstanding.
Here's what makes this even more incredible. Ari McDonald goes a perfect 100% from the field in the first quarter. But she's not just taking shots for the sake of it. She's making smart, deliberate plays that open up scoring chances for everyone around her. The Fever come out firing, hitting their first 7 shots in a row. That's right, 7 straight makes to start the game. You rarely see that kind of sharp execution, especially from a team missing its star. It was a statement, and McDonald was the one setting the tone.
Inside, can't get it. Lee Yu-Ru can't. Here comes Natasha Howard. 9-0 run for Indiana. Lexi Hull carries the 3.
It seemed that
You gotta get out on her, ladies. She's shooting 51% from beyond the arc.
this is a
Aliyah Boston finally starts getting the touches she's been needing all season. You can actually see her confidence grow with every possession. She's getting the ball in the right spots where she can go to work and dominate. McDonald's relentless speed forces the Wings to adjust defensively, which opens up space for Boston in the paint. With more room to operate, she takes full advantage, scoring efficiently and crashing the boards with purpose. It's like she's been waiting for this moment all season, and now she's seizing it.
Shooting to open the game. The Wings are only 2 of 14. Howard lobs it inside Boston, and Maisha Hines-Allen got lost. Allowed for the easy 2.
and you down to Natasha, and she's going to get in the paint. And so the defense has to step up to protect the drive, and now she puts that air on the ball, and AB is able to finish that shot at the rim. That was beautiful.
The crowd that came expecting to see Clark versus Buchers ends up witnessing something entirely different, and maybe even more powerful. They're watching a team come alive, discovering what's possible when every player steps up and plays as one. This isn't about a single star carrying the weight. It's about 5 players moving in perfect sync. By the end of the first quarter, Indiana leads 33-13. Let that sink in. They outscored Dallas by 20 points in just 12 minutes. The basketball was so electric, so beautifully executed, that even Dallas fans couldn't help but stand and applaud.
You don't often see that kind of respect from the opposing side.
This is what they do. Yep. Sometimes you're going to have some back-to-back games. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get in the gym and practice. You got it.
Huh.
Good night.
And again, the veteran schools the rookie.
Kelsey Mitchell starts catching fire during this stretch, but she's not forcing the issue. The ball is moving beautifully, creating clean looks for everyone, and Mitchell takes full advantage, dropping 10 points in the first quarter alone, all within the rhythm of the offense. This wasn't just about filling the scoring gap left by Clark. It was about the Fever unlocking a new version of themselves, one built on collective effort and trust. The foundation was laid for something truly special, but the real test was still to come. That's when things got interesting. Dallas begins to claw their way back, and the once comfortable lead starts slipping fast. The Wings adjust, attacking the Fever defense with precision and hitting the shots they missed early on. You could feel the momentum shift, and Fever fans started to sweat. Then, Paige Bueckers steps into the spotlight and delivers an absolute masterpiece. She finishes with 27 points and etches her name into WNBA history, becoming the first player ever to record 25 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 0 turnovers in a single game. It was the kind of performance that not only wins games, it defines careers.
Paige is just such a smart player. She reads defensive well. She knows how to pick you apart. And so when you play against her, you have to make sure that you're aware of where she is at all times. And also she does a great job of putting her teammates in great position. So for us, I mean, I feel like it's kind of similar in college and in the league. Like Paige is just playing great basketball and making sure that she sets up her teammates for the same.
The Wings cut the lead to single digits, and you can feel that familiar wave of panic sweep through the arena. This is usually the moment when the Fever unravel without Clark, when the pace slows, the ball sticks, and players start forcing bad decisions. Everything that went wrong against the Sparks the night before begins to creep back in. But Kelsey Mitchell isn't having it. She locks in and takes over, hitting shots that Caitlin Clark herself would be proud of. Mitchell finishes with 32 points and 7 assists, shooting an efficient 11 for 17 from the field. But it's not just the scoring, it's the poise. She makes the right decision every time down the court, balancing control with creativity, creating for her teammates while anchoring the offense. She refuses to let this game slip away.
Every little thing matters.
Mitchell gives it up. Natasha Howard, beautiful shot. Howard with a double-double of 12 and 11. Indiana by...
Aliyah Boston comes up massive in the clutch. When the Fever needs stops the most, she delivers, locking down on defense and pulling in crucial rebounds to extend possessions. She finishes with 21 points on an efficient 9 for 14 from the field, calmly sinking all 3 of her free throws. But beyond the box score, it's the little things she's doing, the hustle plays, the smart switches, the quiet leadership that championship teams rely on from their stars. The crowd is going absolutely wild. They're witnessing a battle between 2 teams refusing to break, trading big shots like heavyweights in the final round. Neither side is willing to budge, and the energy in the building is electric in a way that only happens when something truly special is unfolding.
Incoming. Yo, great job. Okay, great job. We weathered a storm. We found some toughness in the fourth quarter to be able to get stops and to execute, right? We grew tonight. I mean, it really, everybody just good stuff, okay? Good stuff all around. It's a big time win for us on a back-to-back at the end of a tough road trip, so good stuff.
Hey, one more. Coach's 100th.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3.
With just minutes left on the clock, Aliyah Boston glances around at the Fever fans scattered throughout the arena. And in that moment, something shifts. You can see it in her eyes. This is what she would later explain when she said, "Every game is a home game." Those Fever jerseys in the crowd, that energy traveling with the team, it all clicked. Mitchell and Boston combined for the final push, sealing a 94-86 victory and proving that this team has championship-level heart when it counts the most. The fourth quarter belongs to Kelsey Mitchell, who takes over with poise, hitting big shots, and making the right plays to close it out. After the game, reporters swarm Aliyah Boston with questions about playing without Clark, about the pressure, about how they managed to pull off this upset against a confident Dallas squad. Boston walks to the mic, looks straight into the camera, and says just 6 words. Every game is a home game. And just like that, everything makes sense. The energy, the belief, the way this team played like they were meant to be on that stage.
There were a lot of Fever fans today at the game. What does it mean to you to just have their presence with you wherever you go?
Every game is a home game. I think you see that. People show up, they show out. I think it's great for this league, just people continuing to come to games and watch, because I think when people show up to watch a game, they might have came for one person, but they leave liking many more. And so I think that's the way you look at it, right? You've had this arena that's filled and people are coming in, they're like, whoa, I like her, she's tough. And so I think it's just great for the game.
She explains how Fever fans follow the team everywhere they go, bringing that same energy no matter what arena they're in. And during the game, you could feel it. Those Fever jerseys scattered throughout the stands, the cheers that erupted with every big Indiana play, the standing ovations from sections packed with fans who had traveled all the way from Indiana just to support their team. This wasn't just about winning without Caitlin Clark on the court. This was about proving that the bond between this team and its fans runs deeper than any one player. Boston shares how fans might show up to see Clark at first, but they leave loving the entire squad. That's exactly what happened with the 20,049 fans who packed the arena. They came expecting to see Clark and Buchers go head-to-head, but instead, they witnessed something even more meaningful. They watched a team find its identity. They saw players rise to the moment when their star couldn't be there. And they experienced the kind of basketball that turns casual watchers into lifelong believers.
Likewise, I take pride in wanting to see people I've never seen before. So when you see different players that you admire and they want to support us, it's kind of like, oh man, they actually take heed to what we do and what we bring to the table as a league. Like she said, you kind of appreciate the fact that people want to watch us play, and it kind of brings confidence to the game, so to speak. So it's a really good thing.
Kelsey Mitchell echoes the same feeling in her post-game interview. She talks about how the team's confidence surges when they see those Fever jerseys in the stands. Mitchell points out that having that kind of support makes it easier for them to get downhill, to push the pace, and to create opportunities. It creates a positive feedback loop. Fans energize the players, and the players respond by giving the fans something to cheer for. Those 6 words, "every game is a home game," have become a rallying cry, a reflection of a team whose identity runs far deeper than just one superstar. It's about family. It's about a bond that isn't shaken by injuries or setbacks. It's about fans who believe in something bigger than a single name on the jersey. Aliyah Boston's words captured something powerful about what this franchise has grown into. When your fans show up everywhere you go and create a home court feel in every arena, you've built something truly special. Something that transcends wins and losses.
Did you kind of feel a sense of urgency there that the team responded to, I guess?
Great use of the word urgency. That's honestly been the topic of conversation for us, is making sure that we have a sense of urgency on the offensive end, on the defensive end. And once again, leads did slip away in this game and last game, but for us it's about making sure that we turn that page, we get back the lead, we keep it, we get big defensive stops. And you understand, and once again, it's a game of runs, and you just have to make sure that you have the best one at the end.
This win wasn't just about taking down Dallas. It was about the Fever discovering they're built for something bigger in 2025 and beyond. With this victory, they moved to an even 8-8 record and climbed to 3rd place in the Eastern Conference, sitting just 2 games behind Atlanta and 4 behind New York. And now, when Caitlin Clark returns fully healthy, she's rejoining a squad that just proved it can rise to the occasion without her. That makes them dangerous. Up next is the Commissioner's Cup championship game against Minnesota, followed by a 5-game homestand in Indianapolis. The future looks bright because this team has built something real, something unstoppable. If you're riding with the Fever, drop "I've got the Fever" in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on screen, and we'll see you in the next one.